So I've been doing a lot more work on Coldlight since the last devlog. I created this logo and title screen. I want to add a menu to this screen, but for right now it just puts you right into the game, and I think that's fine for now. I added some new enemies. I added basic enemy ships that try to ram you, and a bomber ship that tries to get near you and explode. I'm still working on the bomber enemy. I want the explosion to do splash damage, but I haven't implemented that just yet. The follow logic works like this. Rather than following your exact position, enemies pick a randomized offset and follow that point instead. Every so often they'll choose a different offset point, which will make them move side to side. On top of that, I slightly randomized their acceleration, making them jockey back and forth per position in pursuit. It's a cool effect. I think it turned out really well. I changed the explosion effect. I ran into a lot of difficulties keeping the previous effect working, and I think this looks more like a fire explosion than before. I still want to do an art pass on the explosion sprite itself, but I'm satisfied with it for now. I didn't completely remove the old effect though. I added this chest which you have to shoot to open, and when it opens it blasts apart. I think this is a better fit for the effect as opposed to using it for everything. I created a weapons system. It's mostly boring under the hood stuff, but the result is that it's easier for me to add new weapons as I come up with them. I've added 3 so far. You have the Z-Blaster, the Flamethrower, and the Missile Launcher. I think I've decided on the Missile Launcher as being the upgrade you'll need to destroy asteroids. I'm working on making them resist damage from other weapon types. I hope to have more to show about that in the next video. Speaking of asteroids, enemy ships can crash into them as well. This means if you fly skillfully, you can bait them into destroying themselves, which is extremely satisfying to pull off. I added a few different collectibles. There are ammo pickups, which will restore ammo to weapons that require it. The Z-Blaster has infinite ammo, so you're never defenseless, but you'll have a limited supply of missiles. There are coins, which don't do much currently, but I like the way they look. There are pickups that replenish your shields. Finally, there are experience orbs for destroying enemies. My current plan is to have this be how you unlock upgrades to your ship, but I'm still working a lot of that out. I made some changes to the camera system. The camera now responds to your reticle, meaning you can get a better view of your surroundings. To do this, instead of having the camera follow just the player object, it follows a weighted average of the player's position and the reticles. I toyed around with the values until I got to here, but I may still continue to tweak it some more. Lastly, I'm working on the heads-up display. I added an indicator on the reticle for when your weapon is reloading. I finally added a health bar. It has this cool shield icon, the meter fills and empties with some easing, and it jumps and flashes when you take damage, which is another way to make you feel every hit you take. Your currently equipped weapon, and its remaining ammo if applicable, are displayed. It jumps too when you change weapons, collect ammo, or fail to fire. I love how that came out. I added this XP meter which fills as you gain experience and level up. I haven't implemented leveling yet, so your current level still needs to be displayed, and I want to tweak the layout more. But overall, I'm very satisfied with how the HUD looks so far. That's my progress since the last devlog. I'm feeling really good about the direction things are going in. There's still a lot left to do, but I'm happy. External to the game itself, Conundream now has a Twitter account, so if you're so inclined, you can follow @Conundream. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!